Redshift is Amazon's data warehousing solution that simplifies the configuration and infrastructure required to run a highly performant and cost-effective data warehouse for users to query using familiar BI tools. Using built-in ETL services like Data Pipeline, you can take data from RDS databases, DynamoDB tables, and even S3 buckets and move them into Redshift to easily analyze and process the data. Because Redshift is so focused on scalability and performance, the basic structure is called a cluster. Clusters are a collection of one or more nodes, basically virtual machine instances, that are the hardware running your data warehouse. Nodes have types, similar to EC2, with different combinations of CPU, memory, storage, and network performance. Since these are powering a data warehouse, however, you won't see any single small CPU type nodes. These are beasts, with even the smallest node type able to handle several hundred gigabytes of data. Within a cluster, you can use multiple nodes to increase the performance and storage of your data warehouse. Redshift makes it simple to set this up and handles all the data replication responsibilities. Redshift also provides several security options with your data warehouse. First is the ability to encrypt your entire data warehouse. You can also set up the data warehouse in a virtual private cloud to ensure the only access to the Redshift cluster can come from within the VPC. Finally, you can even choose to not assign a public IP address for the cluster, further controlling and restricting access to this sensitive resource. Redshift pricing is very straightforward. Just like nearly all AWS services, you only pay for what you use. There are two categories of nodes with Redshift: dense compute and dense storage. Dense compute nodes are cheaper but have less storage, whereas dense storage nodes cost more but have more storage as well. Comparing these two node categories isn't quite apples to apples either, since dense compute offers large and 8x large nodes, while dense storage offers extra large and 8x large nodes. Let's just look at the pricing for a dense storage extra large node in the Oregon region. With a single node, you'll have 4 CPUs, 31 gigabytes of RAM, and 2 terabytes of storage. All of this will cost 85 cents per hour. That adds up to around $600 a month. And again, this is just for a single node. If you were running in a cluster, you would multiply this cost per node. Even though this might seem expensive, it is still very competitive in the world of data warehousing and is a great option if you're already using other services in AWS.